Geometry 2-3, example 5. Cheyenne built this display for her ornament collection. Each shelf is parallel to the base. She recalls only the angle measures shown in the diagram. Now she wants to build another just like it. What are the measures of angles 1, 2, and 3? So we want to take note that what they have drawn off here to the right is this piece right here of the shelving unit. Had this part, and it had this part, and it had this part, and this part. So it's kind of an interesting shelf, and they just took that one piece out of there, and we're going to look at that. So we're going to start by looking at the parallel line idea here and here. And those two parallel lines are being cut by this transversal. And because of the corresponding angles theorem, that means that this angle and this whole angle right there are going to be congruent. So we can actually, to solve for angle 1, we can say that angle 1 plus 55 degrees is going to equal 75 degrees. So we just subtract 55 from 75, and we get the measure of angle 1 is 20. So that's 20 right there. Now, to find the measure of angle 2, there is another transversal that is going through that set of parallel lines that we could use alternate interior angles for. I challenge you to find that on your own, but I actually want to look at this a little bit differently. We're going to look at this triangle right here that has angle 1 and angle 2 in it, and this external angle right here. So we're going to find the measure of angle 2. We know what angle 1 is, but we know that the exterior angle is the sum of the other two. So if I have angle 1, which is 20 degrees, plus the measure of angle 2, that together has to add up to that 75. So to find the measure of angle 2, subtract 20 from both sides, and we get the angle 2 is 55 degrees. To find angle 3, we are going to look at the triangle angle sum theorem. And we're going to look at this big triangle right here. This will work right here. This big triangle right here. And we know that the sum of those angles has to add up to 180. So we need to add the 45 and the 45. And then this angle, we're going to be adding this one and this one plus angle 3. So I'm going to go ahead and just say plus 75 plus the measure of angle 3, and all of that has to add up to 180. Okay, so I add that 45, 45, and 75. And I get 165 plus the measure of angle 3 equals 180. And then I'm going to subtract 165 from both sides of the equation, and I get 15. So the measure of angle 3 equals 15 degrees. Go ahead, pause your video, and do the try it at the bottom of the page, and then come back and check your work. The triad is asking you to find the measures of angles 4 and 5 and give some sort of an explanation. So your work could count as that. To find angle 5, I would simply use the triangle angle sum theorem, and you're adding the 45, the 55, and whatever the measure of angle 5 is together. So let's do that one. The measure of angle 5 plus 45 plus 55 equals 180. 45 plus 55 is 100. Subtract 100 from both sides, and you get that the measure of angle 5 is 80. Looking at angle 4 in your picture, you know the measure of angle 3 is 15. You know this is 45, and so you can use the same triangle angle sum theorem to say 15 plus 45 plus 4. Equals 180. And 15 plus 45, 60 equals 180. So the measure of angle 4 plus 60 is 180. Subtract 60 from both sides, and the measure of angle 4 is 120.